The Joe Rogan Experience.
That's one of the more interesting things about the sport. There's all these trade-offs. It's like, you want to have that super one-shot knockout power? Well, then you're not going to be able to do it very often. You know, you blow your gas out. It's like having a big V8 engine. You stomp on the gas, it drains that tank.
It's true, yeah. Like you see it though with like explosive guys, right? Like Conor. You know, it seems like in the 5-round fights he struggles a little bit, like in that 4th and 5th round. It's not the same pace he had in 1s, 2, and sometimes into 3 in the 3rd round.
Yeah, he comes out hot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that'll all go away if he stays at 170. But then you're fighting guys that are 205.
You're fighting guys like Usman.
Yeah, I mean, like he's extremely talented, extremely good. But I mean, like, and I've kind of on the Brendan way. Is that like, to me, I'm a Conor nut rider, man. I think I like what he's done in the sport. I don't see him beating Khabib, and I've had this conversation with Brendan a lot. Ever? I don't see him beating him ever, like ever. And what
does Brendan think?
Well, here's the thing. Brendan used to give me this whole spiel because I was on his show Below the Belt as well, and we had this conversation right before the fight happened. And he goes, he's like, oh, if he fights the way he fought against Ali Quinta and this and that, I'm like, it's completely different. You're trying to shoot for Khabib to shoot on Ali Quinta, who's like 5'7", you know, it's a different game than shooting on somebody who's
really
5'11".
Good wrestler.
Yeah, and a good wrestler.
Yeah.
And he's got some pop in his hands.
Yeah.
You know, and he knows, and he knew with the fight that he knew that Khabib was going to try to take him down. Khabib's, and people got to remember, during that week, Khabib went through 5 or 6 opponents. Remember, it was supposed to be Pettis, supposed to be somebody else, supposed to be like, it went through all these people.
Max Holloway, they pulled him off the weight cut.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally last minute.
And so when all of that happens, you're not the same fighter you were when you showed up in Vegas or wherever the fight was supposed to be thinking you're going to fight this person.
Exactly.
And so I cut him a little slack in that fight. And then fighting someone like Ali Quinta, who's a fucking savage. That guy, like, he's so good. He's never
tough as nails.
Never gets the credit he deserved. Absolute savage. And just a gamer. And so when you have to shoot on someone, I don't know how tall he is, a 5'7", 5'8", you know, but it's a lot harder to get low on someone like that and get the takedown on him. So when I was telling Brendan, I'm like, he's like, if he stands with him, he's going to get knocked out. Well, who did the dropping in that fight? You know, it was Khabib. Khabib did the dropping, because when you make someone fear your takedown that much, your natural reaction is to drop your hands real quick to try to get the underhooks.
And he threw that right hand like a fastball too. It was like a whip.
And so what that's in all the years I've trained with him, he's just learned, like, what he does, he drops in, dips his head, and comes back over with the overhand left or the overhand right, and it finds its mark. He sees it before he throws it. And most guys will just throw blindly. He dips his head, comes back up, and he sees his shot, and then he throws it. It's different, and the majority of the time it lands. And I've been on the other end of that shit quite a bit. Can't fucking stand it.